Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Husband told me that he's leaving me, then he became mad that I didn't seem that heartbroken. About 2 weeks ago I was on my way out to a work outing with my coworkers when my husband told me he wanted to talk to me. He said he's met someone new and that wanted to leave me. We have been together for 15 years, married for over 10. We have 2 children together. The feelings I had were a mixture of relief and immense pain, but mostly relief. We haven't been happy for at least 3 years, and besides sex and the children we have nothing in common anymore. We live 2 completely different and separate lives but under the same roof. I felt relief that one of us was courageous enough to pull the plug. I can't explain why I felt the pain though. He talked about how we were going to do this, the children, the house, etc. He said that he had found a 1-bedroom and that he was moving out until everything was settled. I could keep the house, etc. When he was finished, I was about an hour late to the outing. I ordered an Uber and chose to wait for it outside. I got a text from one of my coworkers, Mark, that I was so late it wasn't even fashionable anymore. I took my phone to answer him, but I guess I got a text from my husband at the same time, so I texted him this, in my language. "Oh Mark, you don't know the half of it. My husband was dumping me, so that took a minute. I guess I'm free now. And a laughing emoji. Tell you more when I see you. I'm on my way." Since the beginning of the year, many of my co-workers were splitting and getting divorced. We were saying that our department was being cursed until Mark, the most recent one to separate, still going through divorce, jokingly said it wasn't a curse, it was freedom. I was referring to that, but my husband, who got the text instead of Mark, was angry about how indifferent I was, to start joking 5 minutes after I was told my 15 years relationship was over. I explained about the curse to him. He didn't care to listen. Now he is refusing to move out and has gone back on the divorce. He doesn't speak to me and refuses to answer when I ask when he was moving out. One of the last conversations we had, he told me that he was planning on being generous with me during the divorce, but now he's going to take me for everything I've got and held dear. I told him that he can't, because freedom is what I held dear. He slapped me hard across my face. This is the first time he ever done this. Later I heard him crying in the bathroom. I'm 42, my husband is 45, our children are 12 and 11, boys. Should I apologize about that text? It wasn't meant for him, but still. Why does he care when he's already moving on? Edit, I need to clarify 2 things. Yes, my husband has someone new, he wasn't lying about it. A 25 to 26 years old that he works with. I don't know if he is sleeping with her or just fell in love with and therefore was asking for divorce before acting on his feelings. I believe it's the latter. He is renting an apartment and was going to move out after telling me. He hasn't yet. I can't move out because I want to be with my children. No, I'm not having an affair with Mark. It happened that he was the one texting me when I ran late to the work outing. But I've been talking to him about what happened and he feels somewhat guilty. We're a bit closer now, but I'm not a cheater, and even if something happens between Mark and me, I'm waiting until divorce, or at least the separation is public. If the divorce drags out for years like my husband now seems to want, I have self-respect and I have my boys to think about, so I would never cheat, neither physically or emotionally. What about this supposed new girlfriend? Isn't she bothered that he's gone back on moving out? Probably told her it's complicated and the ex got him trapped. Probably told her my ex is crazy. She didn't care before, why start now? She's losing it because she doesn't want him either. Indeed. Seek out to her. Let her know how he cheated on you, but now he doesn't want to divorce you. Let her pressure him for divorces. He cannot defend him from 2 sides. A plus would be if the side chick would also dump him, smiley face. I'd certainly tell her about the slap. I tell the police. Duck that shit. This. My STBXW started seeing a 24 years old and decided they wanted to divorce and move out. I actually let the new girl know that my wife was now gone and that I wish them the best. Looks like my spouse got dumped by the kid because the affair partner is dating someone else. Spouse thought I would be waiting when they got back, and is now making the divorce difficult because she's afraid I'll find someone else now that I want nothing more to do with her. Respectfully, your husband is ducked in the head. Sounds like he didn't want a swift divorce, he wanted you to sob and beg and plead. I'm glad he received that text. Don't you ever apologize. If I were you, I'd press charges for the assault if possible, and remain outwardly unfazed around him. I don't understand the husband. He said he wanted divorce. Why does he care that much about the reaction? Maybe his new GF dumped him? It doesn't fit his fantasy. He had a very different image before his inner eye and op didn't see it at all. It's a control issue. Yep. He thought he'd have the upper hand because in his mind she'd be devastated. I have found a new apartment for me and my children. Moving in September. Filing for divorce after. Update on my situation / good morning everyone. I'm glad to inform you that I've found an apartment that's going to be available in September. I'm really relieved because now I don't have to feel like I'm trapped with an ex who doesn't know what he wants. I'm filing for divorce when I've moved out with my children. And hopefully he's going to be civil. Unfortunately, I had to be the one telling my children we're separating because he refused to break the news together with me. My heart is broken and I've been crying ever since. The look in their eyes of being let down makes me regret getting to this stage in our relationship without trying to fix it. My youngest asked me if he could do something to fix it, maybe be a better son. God, I hope they forgive us for breaking up their home. My husband is acting very weird. He's apologized profusely for hurting me and he is trying to initiate intimacy with me, and I find it weird and so wrong. He also told me his new girl wants children and he doesn't. He did vasectomy after our children, so I don't know how he's going to do it. He also talked about having her move into our home if I left. I told him that he needed to think about our sons. I'm not allowing him to introduce a new person in their life so fast and without it being a serious relationship. He asked me why I was jealous and I told him I wasn't. I just don't want my children to experience instability, so if he's going to let her move in, the children are staying with me until his relationship is serious. He's already having problems with this new girl before they even moved in together and he wanted her in my son's lives. He said again I was jealous, so I dropped it. Finally he asked me where we went wrong. I couldn't answer him at first, but then I told him, we were probably never right. You hit your wife. Maybe it took you 15 years to show your real self, but you did it in the end, and I would never have loved a man who hit his wife. So we were never right. He cried. Seriously, I am stunned. So he had an affair, leaving the marriage and upset about you texting your coworker because of it and giving you a difficult time and delaying divorce. He is next level. Reddit is just opening my eyes to how cruel, unforgiving people can be. All the best. Hope you get to a happy place soon. Yes, your comment sums it up pretty accurately. But I also think he's delaying the divorce because he's having trouble in his relationship. I'm 100% sure if he didn't have problems with her already, he would have dropped me and moved out. Oh, I see what you are saying. Great, that's not your problem anymore. BTW, based on all of the things UHV described, he seems a little unhinged. He lets go of common decency by slapping you, saying you are jealous. Just trying to inflict pain for his failures, I guess. You will have to co-parent, so it's good that you are not engaging. I am not getting why you feel why you had to apologize to him. Is it because you were already checked out? In any case, good riddance, go out and have fun. You have your kids and independence. Our relationship hasn't been good in years, but we never fought or had any disagreements, so it was going smoothly. I think he met this new girl and was excited about life again until they started having problems. He has always been a bad loser, so probably me feeling free while he feels he needs to start over feels like he's losing. I suggested he found a woman who is also in his stage of life, or at least a single mom or child free. He's stupid thinking a young girl would want to live a life of a 45 years/oh man. He just thinks I'm jealous, so I'm not trying to give him advice anymore. Him slapping me was the worst and most shocking. I never knew he was capable of doing it, but it made our separation final. I don't know if he also was shocked because he's crying all the time. He is unhinged and not able to get grip over himself or the kind of horrible person he is. Slapping a mother of her own kids when he is the one at fault is just horrible. And further trying to engage in discussions with you? It's better for your closure. But could you stop giving advice? Stay out of it, as you still have to co-parent. I don't have any legal expertise, but you can get it vetted with your lawyer if there are custody issues, I guess. Your kids seem amazing though, and you already made sure to tell them it's not their fault. Your last parallel in your post was satisfying. You summed it up pretty well for him. I'm so disappointed in myself not to have seen him for what he is. He has never done anything like this before, but still, how could I be so stupid? I feel so guilty all the time that I've chosen someone like him to be the father of my children. I think about this all the time. When I'm settled in my new place, I'm going to need to talk to someone. I need to understand why I have been so blind. Nah, why are you feeling guilty? It is his insecurities and issues that are causing him to act out now. But sure, talk to someone. And I think you are handling the situation very well. Sounds like he is going through a midlife crisis as well as being incredibly immature, selfish and self-centered. He doesn't seem to care about the impact his selfish actions have had on your kids. You shouldn't blame yourself for his awful behavior. Please don't feel this is on you at all. I bet when he received the text he realized just how bad he messed up, and you weren't going to beg him to stay. Seriously, he went to your work to tell you all this instead of doing it at home in private? He started to realize that this girl was not going to be as good of a mate to him as you were, he couldn't handle it, and that caused the slap. He is crying because he doesn't know how to handle his emotions, and he thought he was controlling the situation, but that text made it clear to him that he is in fact not in control of the situation. I feel for your children and for you. Please seek family counseling if you can. I wish you the best. ETA, just reread the message. You weren't at work but going to a work function, still horrible timing on his part. PST. He does not think you are jealous. He is trying to paint you jealous in his mind so he feels like he is still winning. Really unfortunate that you sent that message to him, if that is what made him want to take everything, although by the sound of how unstable he is, he probably would have done that anyway to try to force you to stay married, as he seems to regret it with his fighting. Shame you got hit, but at least he showed his true colors. When you go for a divorce, have your attorney put a clause in there that he can have no other adult stay overnight while the kids are there. I didn't think it would work. That's the only good thing that came from my divorce. I am the guy. Is that possible? Absolutely. She filed for divorce and thought she would move in with her boyfriend with our daughter. I asked my attorney to ask for that in my reply. The judge agreed and it was added to the papers and filed. My children are 11 and 12. If it goes to court, whatever they want will be taken into consideration, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. It seems it should be taken into consideration. Make sure you keep them with you. That will override the children's request to stay with the requested parent. They're moving in with me in September and they both want that. My husband and his new girlfriend are already fighting, it seems, and I don't want my children around that. He hasn't tried to oppose that yet. He just called me jealous, but if that makes him feel superior, so be it. I could be jealous if he leaves my babies with me. Yes, my ex even got supervised visitation. I have not touched her and that didn't last. Even if they break up, he could bring in random women while they stay with him. It depends on the state. If in the US, in as, sole custody is only granted if the other parent is in jail or has serious charges/mental illness against them. The judge may have agreed, but they agree on a lot of things they know will be thrown out just to keep the peace while one of the worst periods of your life are in question. You still may get it, but don't count on it. However, if this keeps you from paying child support or seeing your kids, you're a ducking scumbag asshole. A lot of us paid our full ride. This is not student loans or stupid shit like that. Pay for your kids no matter what you think she is doing with the money. It's not your business until it is. Pay your required support or enjoy jail. There is no in between. I'm not from the US, but it's exactly the same here. Unfortunately, I know many cases where one of the parents even have serious drug and alcohol problems without losing custody. But on the other hand, what older children want plays a role. They can decide where they want to live basically. He also told me his new girl wants children and he doesn't. He did vasectomy after our children, so I don't know how he's going to do it. Wow, he truly ruined his life. Good riddance. He did. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.